Okay.
Okay. Also, you can just put some cheese for a Thank you. Number 45 is descending, which means that we're going from the biggest to the smallest. 45 is x to the 5th plus 3x cubed plus 5. 46, 6x squared plus 2x minus 1. 47, 2a squared x cubed plus 4a cubed x squared minus 5a. 48 is x squared minus 2xb plus b squared. 49 is cx cubed minus 5c cubed x squared plus 11x plus c squared. 50 is 4a x to the 3rd plus 9x squared minus 2a squared x plus 3. 51 is negative 2x to the 4th minus 9x squared y plus 8x plus 7y squared. 52, 4x cubed y minus x squared y cubed plus 3x squared y to the 4th plus y to the 4th. 53 is 0.25 cubed plus 0.1d plus 0.05n. 54 is t is greater than 23. 55 pi r squared h plus 2/3 pi r cubed. And 56 is 92.15.
I've been here. Oh, she got 9-0. Good job. Good job. I'm zero to he was feeling it.
Okay, the rest of this week we are going to be working with adding and subtracting polynomials. We're going to learn how to multiply polynomials. So today we're going to do a little activity so that you can actually see what it means or how you solve polynomials when we are adding them and subtracting them. So today you're going to be drawing tiles to show your work. Okay? So on your assignments tomorrow and the next day, then you will be able to see it instead of just do it. Okay? So key things that you have to know is we're going to be adding polynomials. Okay? Which means that most of our problems that we're going to do for the next couple of days are going to, like the highest degree we're going to have is a square. Okay? So we're going to have squares. They're going to represent an x squared and a negative x squared. Okay? If I have an x squared and a negative x squared, guess what happens to them if I put them together? They cancel each other out. Okay? So we're going to be showing that. My squares are not the same size. I'm going to have an x and a negative x. Okay? Those are going to be represented by rectangles. And then our numbers are going to be represented by smaller squares. So what we're going to do today is we're going to draw them, and then we're going to show which ones cancel. So if our problem is 3x squared plus, okay, so this is going to be my problem. Is that showing up on there? The back?
I can stand back there and record
It's
it.
like a little high. It's like up there.
The camera?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just put like a notebook under there instead of a notebook. Or
Put a bunch of paper in
sort of
it.
thick. Here.
Just adding and subtracting.
No, it's So,
You're on the page.
I don't know.
You're on the wrong page.
Stop playing.
There.
That better?
He is playing.
Okay, so we need to draw our tiles. So you're going to draw tiles representing every part of this problem. Because this is a positive, nothing changes with that second one. Okay? If it was a negative here, then we have to change all of the signs in the second one. Okay? So we're going to have to look at that today to see, do I have to change those signs in that second one? Okay? Because if this is a negative, it's like I'm distributing a negative 1 through. Okay? These signs don't change if this is a negative, but these signs will all change. Okay? So they're going to give you problems. You're going to do both. You're going to do the problem both ways. Okay? So if my original has a plus, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do that same problem, changing this to a minus. Make sense? Okay, so you're going to draw tiles to represent it. Okay, so I'm drawing my tiles. Okay, I've now drawn tiles to represent this polynomial. I have 3 positive x squares. I have 2 negative x squareds, and I have a 1. Okay? Now I'm going to draw these tiles. Oops. Negative 1. I have an x squared tile. I have 4 positive x tiles. I have 3 negative 1 tiles. Okay? Now I'm going to look at them and I'm going to combine them. So if I look, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 positives, x squareds. So I'm going to have a 4x squared. Okay? Now if I look, I have a negative and 4 positives. Well, I know that a
Two
negative
positives.
and a negative do what?
Cancel each other.
Cancel. So I'm canceling those. These are going to cancel. So I'm left with 2 positive x's. So I'm going to write 2x. Okay? Now I have a positive 1 and 3 negative ones.
Cancel.
Positive and a negative. Cancel.
Play the game.
Gives me a negative 2. There's my answer when I add those 2 polynomials
So
together.
basically drawing the tiles is just our work.
Drawing the tiles is your work, yes. Okay, so I did it how they originally gave it to me, and now I'm going to do it the opposite. Okay, which means I'm changing this sign. Okay, so I'm going to write it as 3x squared minus 2x plus 1 minus x squared plus 4x minus 3. These tiles don't change.
Do we actually have to find both, or are you just showing us how to find?
No, you're finding both. Okay, so that first set of tiles are not going to be any different than what I started with in my original problem.
So we're doing it negative and positive.
You're going to add them and you're going to subtract them.
It says
Okay.
page 7.
I know, and I changed it. All right, so I'm going to draw the same tiles that I drew over here. The only thing that's going to be different is whatever signs these tiles were, these tiles are going to be the opposite. Okay, so I get a negative x squared. They were positive x's over there, so they're going to become negative x's here. It was a negative 1's over there. They're going to become positive 1's here. Now I'm doing the exact same thing that I just did over here. I'm looking and seeing I have 3 positives, 1 negative. That's going to cancel. So I'm going to get 2x squared. I have all negatives now.
6
So I'm going to have a negative 6x. I have all positives.
plus 4.
Positive
So
power.
I'm going to have a plus 4. So I'm gonna get 2 different answers every single problem that I do today.
Why do we have to
And we're
change?
showing this, okay?
Why do we have to change it?
Because you're taking a -1 times all of those. So it changes all of those signs. Why are you doing that? Because that is what your whole assignment is tomorrow. Is either adding them or subtracting them. So I want you to see it with tiles. Okay?
Tomorrow, do we have to do it with tiles?
No.
Wait, so
So-
tomorrow we're gonna do something?
You're doing the exact same thing tomorrow, only by the time you get to that, you should be able to say, okay, I have a 3x squared plus a 1x squared, which gives me a 4x squared. A -2x plus a 4x gives me a 2x. A 1 minus 3 gives me a -2. So seeing it with the tiles is going to make you better understand it tomorrow. Okay? Our polynomials will grow as we progress. So you're going to be always needing to know that the key thing is knowing this, either negative or positive. Those are my key things that I really have to pay attention to. Because I have to know that if it's a negative, all of those signs are different. But
If it's like this, where they cancel each other out, x and negative x, and then nothing left to do.
then it's gone. Yes.
She's in the thing here.
So Connor's question was, so let's say I have something like this. Okay, when I draw these, I have a positive x, positive x, positive x. Over here, I have a negative x, whoops, a negative x. Cancels, cancels, cancels. In my answer, I won't have any x's because they're gone. You can write 0x there, but you don't have to. So if they completely cancel out, it's gone. Okay? So your assignment is page 438, 1 to 6. You're going to do it how it's written, and then you're going to change it. So like on number 1, they add them first. You're going to do it adding them, and then you're going to do it subtracting them. So you're going to have 2 different answers. I want to see the tiles. Okay? That's what I'm looking for. They don't have to be perfect squares. They don't have to be perfect rectangles. They just have to be labeled. Does that make sense? Luke.
Can we just write like 1 and then 1 again?
Yeah, you can do it just, yeah, like just do your 1 first and then do the next one. You don't have to put 1 and 1. Just like do the first one, then do it the second way.
You have to rewrite the problem a second time,
Connor.
or just do it and then, yeah.
You should rewrite your problem. So write this on top. So this would be number 1. I'm going to do this, do my work, give my answer, and then I'm going to rewrite it showing that I'm changing that middle sign. Do your tiles, give me your answer. Okay? So I'm looking for tiles, showing the tiles that cancel, and then what's my answer? So it should look just like this. Any other questions?
It's
Okay.
only 1 through 6.
Just 1 through 6. So in the end, you have 12 things you have to do. 12 problems, that's it. And now you have 30 minutes to do it.
Can we all say hi to Jason?
Hi, Jason.
Hey, Jason.
It's
Okay, got it? Okay, you can show them.
Stop it.